Senator Giessel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move and ask unanimous consent for the special privilege of the floor to speak on Medicaid.
Without objection, so ordered. Senator Giessel.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, late last night, the U.S. House laid the groundwork for a possible major overhaul of Medicaid. This will help pay for the Trump tax cuts, Mr. President. This budget resolution passed 217 to 215. So you can see it was a very close vote, Mr. President. This safety net program has been a prime target for budget cuts. Republican budget writers have instructed the Energy and Commerce Committee to find $880 billion in cuts, Mr. President. The only place those cuts can come from is Medicaid. So, Mr. President, multiple groups are speaking out against this, Mr. President, and certainly the state of Alaska needs to have special interest in this. The American Cancer Society points out that this severs the lifeline for Medicaid, which provides care for cancer patients and those at risk. For Alaska, Medicaid makes up over $1 billion annually of our budget, Mr. President. 1/3 of Alaskans receive Medicaid benefits, including our seniors, who are often dual beneficiaries. That means they get Medicaid and Medicare benefits to assist with their health care. There was a major letter sent by 6 national organizations last week, Mr. President. Those national organizations were the National Association of Counties, the U.S. Conference of Mayors, the National League of Cities, the International City County Management Association, and 2 more that are familiar to all of us, the Council of State Governments and the National Conference of State Legislatures. This letter speaks out about the concerns of changing or repealing Medicaid funding from the states, pointing out the effectiveness of these programs, the costly implications of reducing Medicaid payments. Medicaid, in fact, spends $561 billion over the last 9 years, potentially could be cut, Mr. President. So I just call this out. We need to be aware of this as we consider our budgets. You know, we feel that there's a $500 million or so shortfall in this year's budget and FY26. Mr. President, there's potential for much more than that coming forward. So I wanted to call this out so all of us recognize the federal government is attempting to cut $880 billion. The only place it can come from is Medicaid. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Giessel.